Everybody, welcome back to the show. As always, I'm Outside, so grab yourself your drink of choice and let's talk some video games. Hey everybody, so welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for joining me again. I do appreciate it. This week we have part 2 of our special editions, I guess, as we're going to be running through the Xbox One facts, things that we know about it as of now. We're about 2 or 3 weeks out from launch of the Xbox One, so some of these things might still be in flux, although I hope they're pretty concrete at this point. So I did a bunch of cross-checking to make sure this is all correct. I had used a couple sources, but as of today, of course, I sat down this morning to compile it all and I found a complete list on Destructoid. So I'll link you to that where you can find all this information. Alright, so we'll start with the basics. The Xbox One is launching on November 22nd. That's going to be launched in a couple of different locations on that date. And that'll include Australia, Austria, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, New Mexico, Mexico, New Zealand, Spain, United Kingdom, and of course here in good old-fashioned USA. Now it's going to cost you $499 in North America, £429 in the UK, and 499 euros in Europe. So this thing is not going cheaply, although you do get the Connect 2 bundled into it. So you are getting what you're paying for, I guess, even if you don't want it. Now noticeably absent from the launch window are the following countries: Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Netherlands, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and Switzerland, and of course Japan. I'm not sure if that's because Microsoft hasn't figured out how they're going to get the Xbox One to interact with the cable and television functionality over there or what, but they're saying that it should be coming at some point in 2014, so it's been pushed back a little bit. And we've known all this time that it's going to be primarily North American and European centric anyway, so I'm not sure if Microsoft is just completely abandoning the idea of having Japan as a market. Actually, a fun little factoid while I'm scrolling down, the top 10 most selling games in Japan in the past 10 years have all been Nintendo products. So maybe Microsoft's just going off that metric in terms of sales. So now that we got that basic information out of the way, let's get into what you actually get for that price, because you're probably hoping to be getting some pretty good stuff for 500 bucks. Included in the box is the Xbox One console itself, of course. You also get the Connect 2, as I mentioned, which is the camera, the cables, the appropriate cables to hook up to your television, which is, I think they're just going to be including an HDMI cable. I'm not sure if it's also analog enabled, but you get one controller, a headset will be included as well, and of course the box that it comes in. I don't know. They have that listed here. I don't know why I read that. So now for the nitty-gritty on the console itself. The Xbox One will be coming with a 500 gigabyte hard drive with 8 gigs of flash memory, which you're going to be needing because they're actually requiring that you download every game that you play on the system, regardless of whether you have the disc in hand or not. So you're going to have to be uploading all that data into the hard drive. And some of the games are rather large, which is kind of a detriment since they haven't announced whether or not you'll be able to use external hard drives or even replace the one that's in the console itself. So that's going to be something that they're going to be contending with in the future, I'm sure, and it's something that gamers aren't too pleased about right now, myself included. So we'll see how they handle that. I'm sure they'll have some sort of way to mitigate that problem, since the Xbox 360 allows you to use thumb drives and external drives itself. It's probably just a matter of the software at this point, but we'll see where they go with that. So as for all of the cool futuristic sounding crap that's under the hood, here it comes. I'm going to read it off to you so I don't get any of it wrong. We've got 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and 3 gigs of that is reserved for the operating system, and 32 megabytes of embedded ESRAM. It also sports an 8-core x86 AMD CPU. So if that meant anything to you, there you go. Now moving on to some of the softer points, although they're, well, not soft points, but you know, not hardware points. So the Connect 2, it will always have to be connected to the system in order for it to function, although it won't always have to be on. Now this has been changed around a couple of times, but they have settled on the fact where it won't have to be on at all times. It just has to be connected to the system. They've improved the camera over the initial one, and it'll work at a minimum distance of 4.5 feet rather than the original 8 feet, I believe it was. So you don't have to have a massive room for this thing to function properly, finally, which is a good thing, especially since they're requiring it, and you'll probably end up using it if you have it. But it records in 1080p, and so it's considered an HD camera, and it also contains 4 microphones, so it should be able to hear you from any angle if you're doing multiplayer and all that fun stuff. Now, along with that, I think they just announced today that you're going to be getting a 6-month subscription to Skype for free when you purchase, and it'll be allowing you to perform group chats with that. Okay, and moving on, we're going right into the actual important stuff, which is the launch games, launch titles. So, exclusive to the Xbox One on its launch date are the following. We've got Crimson Dragon, which is that Panzer Dragoon looking thing, Dead Rising 3, Fighter Within, Forza Motorsport 5, Killer Instinct, which will also be free to all launch purchasees. It's a free-to-play title. Loco Cycle, Peggle 2, which I think they might have curtailed as after launch, in the launch window anyway. Power Star Golf, and Rise Son of Rome. Also coming to the Xbox One, we've got Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, FIFA 14, Just Dance 2014, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden NFL 25, NBA 2K14, Need for Speed Rivals, Skylanders Swap Force, and Zoo Tycoon. Microsoft is also honoring that upgrade type deal where if you bought a version of one of these games for the Xbox 360, you can pay $10 and upgrade it to the Xbox One version, which is pleasant for those of you that are looking to jump into the next gen with stuff that you already own. Now, something I forgot to cover in my Sony PS4 FAQ was the online functionality sort of thing. Now, the PS4 is going to require that you have a PSN subscription, which is between $40 and $60 for a year. And Xbox Live is also going to be a requirement for the Xbox One and all its multiplayer functionality and stuff. They're still using the Xbox Live Gold subscription stuff, and $60 a year will enable Xbox Live Gold on all of your Xbox systems. So look at that, I got that all in one take, not bad, huh? Alright, so I think that about covers the nitty-gritty on the Xbox One. Again, that's coming on November 22nd for the first launch countries. So if you are getting an Xbox One, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's fun, and I hope that all the snark and sarcasm that I've brought to it hasn't dissuaded you at all from it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are anxious to get their hands on it, and they're ready and waiting for it, so can't really insult people for being happy. So if you're getting one, I hope you have fun with it. I'll be sticking with a PS4 myself for now, but yeah. If this is the first time that you're joining me for a little bit of beer and news or whatever you're drinking, please be sure that you subscribe so you can come back and join me on weekends. I always update on either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, although Saturday seems to be the day most recently. So be sure to come back and grab a brew and some news with me. I've also started to upload some gameplay videos on Monday and Wednesdays. That seems to be working out okay. So we'll stick to that schedule for now, for Let's Plays and stuff. I'm currently working my way through Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. I'm finally got some gameplay stuff going up on my channel, which I'm very happy about. So I think that about covers it. If you have anything to add, please be sure to notify me down below in the comments. However that's working now, I'm not sure what the hell Google's doing, but just try, please. I like talking to you guys. But yeah, I think that should cover it. So, till next weekend, I'm Alicide. This has been Having a Beer. Cheers, everybody.